Alright, so we have an apology video. Almost feels like I gotta show my face cam. Sorry, sisters. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's actually get serious because this is a serious topic. Hello guys, my name is SoulArts. Welcome back to another video. If you haven't seen, I made a video talking about my experiences with the RWBY fandom, and I just want to clear up some things with that video and just display my intentions and give out some apologies and things of that nature. So, as usual, the video did extremely well on YouTube, but on Twitter, that was a completely different story. A lot of people seemed to disagree with me. A lot of people had some very strong opinions about me and things I said and how I approached the situation, so I wish to get into that. So, the intention behind the video was to spread positivity. It was to show people that the fandom should not be piling up on people when we get into arguments or debates or disagreements. We should not do this because these situations lead to depression, self-harm, and even suicide. I know this because it's happened to me. I've been extremely depressed from this. I've had a friend who hurt themselves because of this. I haven't met anybody who committed suicide, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. Just because it hasn't happened now doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. So I wanted to spread awareness. Please do not do this. Please do not pile up on people because this is how it made me feel. And that's why I showed screenshots. That's why I detailed the history that, you know, happened with all that, the timeline, so to speak. It's because I didn't want anybody to go through that, and I wanted people to understand my emotions clearly from the beginning to the end of the video. However, there was also a second message that kind of got misinterpreted along the way. So I mentioned heterophobia, and a lot of people said that's not a real thing. And regardless of if history shows that it is a real thing or not, regardless of if it's a thing in the present, it's still wrong to generalize a group of people, and it's still wrong to be negative and hateful and harmful to a group of people just because of their sexuality and or gender. It's something I can't support, and it's something I won't support, regardless of if somebody is straight, regardless of if somebody's gay, regardless of if somebody's pan. You should not attack people because of their gender or their sexuality. You shouldn't attack people because of their race, their height, their wealth status, things of that nature. It just doesn't matter. Treat people with respect. We're humans at the end of the day. And the section about heterophobia was to simply say, please, as a community, can we stop targeting people just because of their gender, just because of their sexuality? So another thing I got a lot of flack for was using screenshots of things that weren't related to RWBY, but to people that were in the RWBY fandom. And yes, I understand how this could come off as weird. However, I want you to understand my mindset with this. If somebody is treating a group of people wrong and generalizing them and saying bad statements toward them or mean statements toward them, which could be considered harassment, regardless of if that person is a minor, regardless of if it has to relate to the community in of itself, you should let them know that their actions are bad. If you see a kid discriminating against a group of people, generalizing them, should you tell that kid to stop doing that? Or should you just let that kid follow his actions because he's a kid and he doesn't know better? In my eyes, I think it's much more respectful to tell that kid, hey, can you stop discriminating against people? Can you stop generalizing people? It's wrong regardless of who it is, regardless of if it's straight people, regardless of if it's gay people. It's wrong. Yes, the group of people I targeted were minors, and yeah, I seen a lot of minors doing this. However, it didn't matter about age or gender. It mattered about respect. It's the biggest thing here, respect. And even kids know right from wrong. There are many kids who understand what they do is wrong, what they do is right. But the biggest difference with those kids is they don't understand the depth of their consequences. That's the biggest thing. Kids know what's right from wrong. Kids know that discriminating a group of people is bad, but kids don't understand the consequences. How that could affect somebody in their family, how that could affect somebody in their life, how that could affect anyone. And that's the message I wanted to spread. Just don't do this. Don't do this. I wasn't attempting to target minors, and yeah, a lot of the screenshots were pulled outside of the RWBY fandom, but telling somebody to be a good person doesn't matter if it's fandom or not. People should just be good people. It shouldn't have to just strictly be RWBY. This is just nurturing a better community and better people to begin with. Why would you allow somebody in a community when they're discriminating, being mean, and harassing people just because of their sexuality, just because of their gender. Why would you allow that? Oh, well, you know, if they're outside of the RWBY community, you know, it doesn't matter. But it does matter because they're inside the world, and the world is a scary place. And at the end of the day, we should foster a better world and a better community. So first off, I want to give an apology to Calixin. I think that's how you pronounce their name. I've been saying Calinx this entire time, so sorry about that. I just like how it rolls off the tongue more. Yeah, apologies. But I would like to give an apology to Calixin. I think how I handled a lot of the situation was terrible. Yes, I wanted you to understand where I was coming from. Yes, I wanted you to understand the situation before speaking on it, because it could then spread misinformation and negativity, which can then target me and or anybody else if you do not understand fully what you're talking about. And I could recognize that in turn when I wanted that message to be spread, I was also causing more harm than good. I did not wish to make you uncomfortable, and I'm sorry. I actually fucking am, because it's just something I never meant to do, you know? I don't want to sit here and make you feel uncomfortable, make you feel unsafe or uneasy and things of that nature. I dug up screenshots to get a point across. That's it. I wasn't attempting to come off as spiteful or vicious or things of that nature. I just wanted people to understand the consequences of their actions when you speak about something you do not know fully about. And in turn, I wasn't mindful of my own actions. I wasn't mindful of the consequences that I was creating. And that's also why I wish to apologize. I targeted you in 2 videos, and I apologize for it. One of the videos is now removed. The other one, I think I have to use YouTube editing to like remove the ending part, so I'll do that whenever I can. But I mentioned you in 2 videos, and the intention behind it was to spread positivity, but I did it in a very negative way, and I realized that I shouldn't have named names to begin with. There is no reason to call you out, call Murder of Birds out, or to call Nectus out. We all like RWBY. We're all known for RWBY. We make RWBY content. Yay, we enjoy the series. I should have not sat here and spoke towards only you guys because you are the top guys. That's wrong. I should have just made a general statement. If you're a creator, or if you are somebody with a large follower count, you should not be speaking about something you're not fully versed in. You should speak about something with both sides. You should understand both sides and perspectives. I should have done that, and I didn't do that. I went out my way to target big names so then they could understand their actions. But in turn, those big names didn't like me. And then once they didn't like me, I didn't like them. So I spent my time making a video about my experiences to then target them in a more harsher way. When in turn, I should have never done it in the first place. My statement could have been a regular statement meant for everyone, because the message I was trying to promote wasn't a negative one, but I attached somebody's name to it. And that's the thing that was bad. I apologize for it. I apologize for going out of my way, dig things up and be negative. I shouldn't have. And I apologize for how I handled the situation. It's very stupid of me. It was extremely foolish. Definitely had some spite in there, and I'm sorry. I know you don't want to. Well, I can't really say what you want, but I have no clue. If you would like to give me, what, this would be like a 3rd or 4th chance. I have no clue if you would like to do any of that. I've always emphasized DMing me. I've always emphasized talking to me, you know, directly. If you wish to spend 10, 20 minutes of your day, we could talk on Discord, talk wherever. If you can, I'd be more than willing to apologize to you directly, to apologize to you here. I want to show you that, you know, this isn't a facade, this isn't damage control. I'm apologizing because I genuinely feel bad. I'm sorry. Lastly, I want to issue an apology to Nectus Noir. I stated in my video that you were trying to be positive, and I understood that. But I also stated that I didn't wish to accept that apology because of how you made me feel prior. And that's wrong, because I should have accepted your apology. I shouldn't have taken it super personal. You were a bigger man. You You sat there. Actually, wait, what are your pronouns? I think you go by they. I can't say better man. Better them doesn't sound like proper English. Oh, better person. Thank you. Jacob. Be smart. Okay. You were a better person by the end of this. You were a bigger person by the end of this. You sat there. You apologized. You said, yeah, I shouldn't have came off that harshly. I shouldn't have been that rude. I took it very negative. I bottled in my turmoil, my anger, my grief, my sorrow, my whatever. Let my emotions get to me on video, proceeded to say what I wanted to say, and I apologize. I think how I handled that situation was also very, very, very poorly, because I should have understood what you were saying. Like I said, I think you were probably wrong about this point and this point, but I should have understood your intentions with why you said that. Yeah, people may have not been mad at me for this fandom video. However, that fandom video still has problems in there that I should have fixed and or addressed. Regardless of if you were wrong or right, you were spreading a positive message. And that's something I didn't want to see. I don't think it's something I didn't get to see. It's just something I didn't want to see. I wanted to see you as a bad person. I wanted to see you in a bad light because I wanted someone to be mad at. And you were a big name that just so happened to call me out. That fit the description of, oh, well, this guy said something about me. This guy was extremely rude. This guy has a big fan base, so his fan base probably attacked me, and I seen he fueled a lot of drama with this. Well, you check off all boxes for me to target you back. And in turn, I shouldn't have done that at all. That was very, very, very foolish of me. Like I said, in turn, I should have sat there, understood where you were coming from, not take it like it was some sort of personal attack, and just sit there and understand you. And like you stated, even in that moment, way back when, I liked all your tweets. I enjoyed seeing your tweets. And even in that video, I mentioned, yeah, you were trying to be nice. And that's the thing. I understood you were trying to be nice, but I just didn't want to see it because I was that spiteful that I gave myself tunnel vision. And I'm sorry for that. I was stupid, dickheadish, it was undeserving, and yeah, I apologize. So before I end this video off, I just want to apologize for the overall video in of itself. When that video first came out on Twitter, I did a whole bunch of trolling, I did a whole bunch of laughing, probably wasn't the best decision. And I understand that people did harass me, and yes, people were making fun of me and things of that nature, but it also wasn't right for me to just respond the same way. I should have just shook it on the chin, I should have just left it alone, I shouldn't have did anything. Whatever type of feedback or reception I was getting, I shouldn't have played into it. I shouldn't have been toxic. And that's also the thing. A lot of the things I say in that video, I also addressed that I'm not good for. How I reacted and responded wasn't good. I state why I felt that way, because getting harassed for 12 hours straight on 2 occasions is definitely annoying. It definitely is going to make you act out of character. It's not going to make you respond in the most pleasant of ways. You're not going to be able to say, hey, that's not nice, and you know, I don't think you should respond like that, and we as a fandom should, you know, come together and be nice. You know, when people harass you for 12 hours, 9 times out of 10, people are pushed to the limit, so people are like, well, fuck you then, you know, you said this about me, fuck you. And it's like, somebody told me to go jump off a bridge. It's like, bro, okay, well, fuck you, you know, you should kill yourself. It's like, you know, it's very rude, you know what I'm saying? I don't think how I responded and handled situations were the best when it came to the trolling, when it came to the responses, whatever. It was just very unprofessional. It was very childish of me. I could have been way more mature with that. And I'm still learning how to be more mature with these situations and scenarios, because I understand a lot of my points get misinterpreted because of how I come off on certain points in media. Because all the points for my videos have always been positive. They have always tried to be positive. However, a lot of those points are not understood on Twitter and Tumblr. So that's the thing I would like to fix, is for everyone to understand me instead of just the side of YouTube. But all my points are usually always positive, but they are perceived as negative. And I think also how I handle myself when I do get criticized and when I do get attacked is also something I'm not good with. Because when somebody genuinely criticizes me and says, you know, this is bad, you should have did this better, I try to take it on the chin and say, okay, I'll do that, you know, next video. Like this person here, they told me, you know, hey, I think you should formulate your timestamps better. And I've thought about that, and I've wished to do that, but then I also understood that I don't think anybody's gonna watch an hour-long video, you know, especially just dedicated to drama. Some people are not going to be that interested. So if I title this section pole drama, you're gonna see like 50-60 minutes worth of pole drama, and then like the other 2 parts are like what, tier list drama, and then like my overall thoughts, you know. So I didn't want to mix anything in there with that, so I usually just resorted to the points. But you also did make a good point that it just does look messy overall, you know. So what do I want? Should I have people overall just look at the video and not be messy, or should I just have points people can fast travel to? And you know, it's more of choice and personal preference, but I enjoyed that, you know, and I thank them for this. It was neutral, it didn't come off as bad, it didn't come off as anything, and I appreciate any type of criticism like this that's well formulated and neutral. So when it comes to criticism, I usually try to handle it nicely. But when it comes to other people talking bad about me or my friends, or you know, trolling, you know, I tend to get dragged down into that behavior of like, oh well, you harassed my friends, so now I'm mad. Or, you know, like I tell people, you could harass me all you want, it could be funny, it could be whatever, you know. Sometimes you'll make me feel better if the joke is hilarious. Like if your joke is really good, you're gonna make me laugh, because I'm fine with laughing at myself. Like, you know, at times I could get a laugh out of it, but when people genuinely do piss me off, I should sit there and not act like that. You know, if I do want to make a statement, which I shouldn't even make a statement, but if I do wish to make a statement about it, I should sit there and relax. I just sit there and be professional about it. I don't gotta sit there, troll them like they trolled me. I don't gotta sit there and spread harassment. If anybody has a question, I should tell them professionally. It doesn't take much, you know, to be professional, to be nice. You know, there's no reason I should be sitting there calling people names. Yo, fuck you, you know, you're a bitch, you know, I'm not homophobic, you're wrong. It's very wrong. You know, I shouldn't be doing that. I'm also just learning from this experience, and each failure and each setback is going to help me. That video did, you know, I'm not, this isn't saying this to boast or brag, but the video still did well despite all the flack it got, you know. The video is sitting at an 80 like% ratio, which is worse than all my other videos, but still really high. So it's clear to see that most people did agree with me. However, just because the majority agree with me does not mean I am not wrong. And that's also something I wish to say. I can realize the flaws in how I do things and how I handle things, so I want to handle things better. And that's why I want to be understood by everyone. Not just this group of people, not just by the majority, but by everyone. So yeah, I want to apologize. I'm only 19. I'm still growing up. I still have a lot more growing to do, and you know, this is just something that's going to happen with time. You know, I'm gonna do some fucked up shit. I'm gonna set back. I'm gonna realize it, and I'm gonna have to grow from it. You know, it's not an excuse. It's just life. I don't want to follow an echo chamber. I don't want to sit here and not change and not progress. I know people hate when I mention his name. Keep moving forward. That's the whole point. One foot in front of the other. Baby steps. That's all it is. Baby steps. I'll continue to learn. I'll continue to mature. I'll respond more positively. With that being said, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, peace.